Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're dropping into the crypto mining game. We're going to be talking about some quick updates that have been added to the site, but we're also going to be exploring the possibility of a CMG universe, how it would happen and what it would look like. So keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments, and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so you're probably wondering, where is Jessie? You've probably got used to her introducing my videos. Well, to be quite honest, she's actually still in bed snoring her head off as we were up all night. And no, not in that way. Basically, we ordered a Chinese, cracked open a bottle of wine, and then just started spitballing about CMG and what the possibilities of what could be and how would it happen. And I came up with the idea, or between us, we came up with the idea of a CMG universe. Now, we're going to be talking about this later. I am going to go through a couple of quick updates that have happened. So obviously at the end of the day, after the updates, if you don't want to stick around and see how things could possibly go, and I personally think would make the game a lot more interesting, obviously you can just sort of switch off after the updates. But like I say, I think it's quite an interesting concept. I think it's doable. Cyril will probably hate me for this video, because if you guys love this idea enough, I know you'll probably be talking about it in Discord and he'll probably not be happy and the fact that I've even come up with this idea. But anyway, I think it's really cool. But before we get into that, let's run through the numbers. So 2 weeks ago, if we go into, so 2 weeks ago, our H power, so that is this number up here, we were at 11,000. You can now see we're at nearly 15,000, so that's 2 weeks later. So we've gained, like, what's that, 4,000 in a couple of weeks. So our engines 2 weeks ago were at level 30, we're now at level 33. A solidity was at level 24, we're now at level 27. Our sensors were 42, we're still at 42, but in 1 day, 24 hours, because I did this just a minute ago, we will be at 43. Storage is at 41, or was at 41 2 weeks ago, and in 1 day, 16 hours, that will be at 42. Our hardware 2 weeks ago was at 21. You can now see we're at 22. Our fans were at 24. You can now see we're at 25. And in 14 hours, 17 minutes, our H power will be at 22. And 2 weeks ago, it was at level 20. So, you know, we're still managing to push our account forward, even though, as I say, you know, I don't get in here all the time. I play it as often as I can. I try and push my account forward as much as I can in the time I have. And I always like to keep you guys up to date with what I am doing, so you know that I'm not just sitting on my backside doing nothing. I am in here actively playing. So, a couple of updates then. That one, obviously in the last video that we did, I did show how to do a withdrawal. In the news it says here, attention CMG players, due to an internal glitch, we've refunded all pending withdrawals. There was an issue with the address setup, making it impossible to process them. We apologize for this hiccup. As a token of our apology, we've credited 5 CGT bonus to affected accounts. So I'm guessing that obviously to anybody that had put in a withdrawal like I did, they've basically given us 5 CGT on top of what we look to withdraw. So basically we were looking to withdraw the minimum of 10. I got 15 back. So it says you're now all set to initiate a new withdrawal request. Mark your calendar. And this is important. The first withdrawal processing is going to be the 30th of this month. So 30th January 2024 is going to be the first withdrawal. So what we need to do is we need to get our new withdrawal set up. So obviously we've got 83 CGT as a balance. We're going to go into withdraw. You can see here refunded. This is the 10 we were refunded, but obviously we got that extra 5, which was very nice of Cyril to do. So we'll chuck our account number in there. We type in 10 because that is the minimum that you can withdraw, and then we're going to click withdraw, and then obviously we will get a confirmation email, which I will go and sort out right this second and get our code number. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Okay, so I've been and got the withdrawal code. So if we just type it in here, paste, that is going to be the withdrawal code. So if we look here, this is the email. You can see, so it ends 5136C. So if we just go back here and scroll to the end, 5136C, and then we confirm. And there it goes, withdrawal request confirmed. Please wait for it to be completed the next payout session. So obviously then this one should now reach our wallet at some point around the 30th. Obviously I don't know how long it's going to take to process, but obviously once they send them out, it should be pretty instantaneous. So after that, obviously once that goes through and lands in my wallet, I will do a payment proof for CMG. Okay, so that is done. So one of the other things that have been updated is the energy bar. Now it says here, energy boosts now available. Watch for the red bar in your energy bar for extra power-ups. The longer you wait, the quicker it refills. Max basically is 12 hours, 6 hours for elite. And then basically what you can do is if you just click on it, because at the moment it's showing that we have 1,016 out of 1,530. So if you click on it, it will then just refill. So there you go, 1,530 of 1,530. And obviously as you use that, like it says, is for elite, the max you can leave it for, or the max you're going to get is basically 6 hours. And for regular accounts, the longest is going to basically is 12 hours. So I'm assuming basically that's the length of time that you can leave it for and allow it to fill up, or basically, I don't know, gain or whatever. But anyway, that's obviously now rather than waiting, like getting down here and all of this bar is completely black, and then you've got to wait for it to gradually fill up. You can click on that red part of the bar and it will just instantly fill up. And then you're off, you're good and ready, off to go. And obviously you've got your inventory of energy boosts and stuff like that you might have found during missions as well. So the other thing with it, obviously this is for elites. Now the elite tools are now available. So rather than just messing about, going back and forth between screens, you can update the spawner. If you're not quite sure what the update spawner thing is, basically if your drones start to run low when you're out in the world, so you should have 10. If you get down to 8, you can just click the update spawner, and it will, as long as you've got drones in stock. 2 weeks ago I had 27 of 53. I've now got 34 of 53. Every so often, like I said, basically every time I lose a drone, I add 3. And because adding 3 drones does not take up a lot of basically it's 100 pixels, 100 bits, 50 crystals and 50 energy. So it doesn't use any tools. It just requires junk and then energy and crystals. So you can add them drones anytime you want. And like I say, if you keep them stocked up or keep stocking them up like I do, when you drop down a few, all you got to do is hit that update spawner button and off you go. Obviously for people, free members, you need to come into your workshop and then just hit the update spawner button, which is right here. Obviously, again, the elite tools, you've got go to workshop straight away. You can recycle all the junk, so I can just click that. And then it will just recycle everything that I've got there straight away. You can burn all your junks. If you need crystals, you can burn all of them. And then also as well, you get a bonus. Now and again, you'll get a tool bonus, a junk bonus. You've got a crystal bonus here, which is available right now. So there you go, we've got a crystal bonus. Obviously, like I say, these are elite tools, so for people that have got elite accounts, you can use them. The other thing as well with the elite account is that apparently you'll be able to get free elite days. So that, you know, just to obviously add on to the ones that you've already got. Or yeah, I mean, when I read this, I thought perhaps that was for free players, that you could earn free elite days. It's all in sort of one block of writing, so I'm not quite sure if it's free elite days for elite members or if it's free elite days for free members. But I'm sure Cyril will probably make that clear somewhere. It's probably better written on the Discord. I'm just reading the email that got sent to me, and I just wanted to pass that information on to you guys in case you hadn't heard that. So anyway, yeah, so there might be a bit of, I'm not quite sure what, but anyway, I mean, for me, it'd be great if, you know, free members could earn free elite days, you know, like in the rewards, because that's where it is. It's all about the rewards area, and I think it'd be cool if you know, you could get 1 or 2 free elite days if you get like really far down the victory point pathway and you've worked really hard. Then you know, it's a nice reward. That would be a couple of free elite days, helps boost your account a bit. So let's just fix our thing. Also as well, just another quick thing, I don't know if I pointed this out in our last video, but I was running an overclock of 10%. I'm now running an overclock of 15%, which you do get a bit more of the whole fix-it thing, but I tend to find once you've done it about 3 to 5 times, it then seems to just run for a decent length of time without you having to fix it. And then, you know, and then at some point after, you know, a couple of hours or something like that, it then might come up and ask you to fix it again. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking about a million miles an hour, and it's probably to do with I've not had much sleep, and I've drank a lot of coffee. And for those of you that don't know a whole lot about crypto mining game, but think it looks like a fun and interesting way to earn yourself some free crypto, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description to a tutorial. Now that's going to give you a lot more information and a better understanding of how the program works and what you need to be doing to get your accounts up and running and earning some of those free coins. But if you go right to the end of this video, that link will be there also, so you can just click straight on it and get watching. Anyway, the main thing that I wanted to talk about is this whole idea of a possibility of a crypto mining game universe. Now, how can this work, and how can it be done without seeming a bit ridiculous? Now, the latter part, Cyril and his team have actually implemented into version 3 for us. So how would it look like? Let's see what it would look like, because basically what I'm talking about is bringing all of the games together. Now, obviously, in a certain way. So, firstly, obviously we have. Let me bring up the thing, right? So this is what we're looking at, right? So CMG would be the main hub. Yeah, so that would be the main hub. Then you've got Altera, which is another universe. Then you've got SpaceBit, which is another universe. And then obviously there is the possibility of adding other games. Now, personally, I wouldn't advise them to add any other games until they get SpaceBit working 100% and Altera working 100%. But this is how it could sort of work. Now, firstly, I would say that all three games that we're looking at right now, all three games would work as standalone games. So you don't need to have an account in all three. If you only wanted to play Altera, then you just have an account in Altera. If you wanted to play CMG, you can just play CMG. And Spacebit, again, you can just play it as a standalone game. But there is a way, and I think this would be quite cool, because it would be a possibility to bring in new missions, but also missions that we had in version 2 of CMG, which we no longer have. And I think this would be quite cool. Now, before I get any further, so obviously, like I say, all three games would work as a standalone. Yeah. Now, people are probably thinking, well, how can this work without it just seeming really sort of a bit rubbish? So, like I said, is these guys, CMG, have actually given us the means to do it. So if we go into my spawner, right, what's the one thing on this screen that I personally don't feel gets utilized enough? And that is the entry point. Now, the only point of the entry point is to stick a drone there doing nothing, so we can then influence the biome. Yeah. But let's say this entry point is now a Stargate. That suddenly then opens up the possibility of a CMG universe. Now, the quests that we have here would not be affected. The quests there would only be quests within CMG. But if you find a biome and you find an entry point, you could click on that, and yes, it will give you the option to leave your drone there and influence the biome. But it could also give you the option to complete other missions, i.e. in other universes. So let's say in version 2, one of the missions that we used to have was to go and collect an item and then deliver it to someone. The other one was to escort a person from one place to another. Yeah. So let's say I click on there and it goes, right, okay, you've got the possibility of an escort mission. What you do is you click on that and you are beamed straight away to Altera. You're in the city. You've then got to locate the person that you are meant to meet. And then within the city, you would then escort them to their destination. And then as soon as that mission is completed, whatever you've gained in the way of loot, coins or whatever, that you then get beamed back straight to your respawn point. So you would come back here, but you would bring all the loot. Now, obviously, again, it's like, well, how does that work? Because Altera has 2 coins. It has Nutra, which is the corporate coin, and then it has WoWer, which is essentially the people's coin or the miner's coin. So basically what I would suggest is we keep Nutra and we exchange WoWer for CGT, right? So, and then basically the great thing with that is, and this is something that some other people have touched on, with Altera, like I say, it has Nutra and it has WoWer. So those are essentially 2 coins that if they, unless they only get used as in-game currency, which I'm fairly certain Cyril talked about putting them on exchanges, and then the same thing with Spacebit is that has KSK and Bitcoin, and I'm sure Cyril did talk about putting KSK on exchanges. Now, for those of us that know, or I shouldn't say no, because it's not like saying that Cyril doesn't know about crypto, but his thing and his team's thing is gaming. But the thing is, for those of us that, we've seen it so many times, trying to launch a successful coin, one coin, on an exchange is difficult enough. To try and do it with 3 coins is going to be virtually impossible. But if you use CGT in Altera, and then let's say in Spacebit, we still have KSK, which is the in-game currency, just like Neutra would be the in-game currency for Altera, and then we would replace Bitcoin as with CGT. Now, obviously, a lot of you people will be going, well, why would you get rid of Bitcoin? Well, the thing is, what you have to realize is if we've got CGT working in 3 games, that will absolutely ramp up its worth in utility, which then will push up its worth in the exchanges. And the thing is you'll still be able to you'll still use CGT in Altera, because whatever you could buy with WoWer, you would now buy with CGT. And then with Bitcoin, if you could, whatever you could buy in Spacebit, with Bitcoin, you would now buy that with CGT, and then you use CGT in CMG. So like I say, the utility of the coin suddenly explodes and becomes massive. And then that is one of the big things that really pushes up the price of a coin. It's use, it's how many times it gets used back and forth. And also as well, if you're spending CGT in a game, yes, you might withdraw some, but you're not going to withdraw all of it, because you want to improve your account and boost your account and therefore keep some of it in the game, which again also helps the price of the coin. Now, so that's the other thing you got to do, is just swap out a couple of the coins, and then that all works. And then obviously in CMG, we've got CGT, and then we've got the net caps. Now, I believe that what essentially the net caps are going to be is possibly Matic as a coin. Now, why do I think that? Is because we're on the Matic network, and the net caps are in the withdrawal area. So that is saying that net caps can also be withdrawn, but I don't think it would be another in-game currency. I think net caps is going to be Matic. So therefore, you can withdraw. You'll be able to withdraw the Matic, and then if you want, you just leave your CGT in your account, and then obviously that then helps, like I say, the price on the exchanges. So everything starts going up, and then when you do want to withdraw CGT, it's going to be worth a hell of a lot more. So that is one aspect that could be done. But like I say, the other thing is you would only be, the entry point would only be to complete missions. So you would only go into Altera, or let's say you clicked on your entry point and it said, okay, the mission is you've got to go and collect a load of resources. So we know that in Spacebit, you can send off your ships to various different planets or asteroids or comets and pick up things like steel, iron, glass, all this stuff. And then so it would say, right, okay, you need to go and get a load of metals or whatever for something in CMG. And then, so then you'd be beamed to Spacebit. You'd send out all your spaceships or go off in your spaceship yourself, and then collect all the things. And then as soon as you've hit your target in the sense of resources, again, that it goes mission complete, well done, and then you're beamed back to your spawner point, which is where this, and you just come back to the game. So that's sort of how because it would, I mean, the only thing is the only thing is that you've got to consider is you can have it work too. So basically you could have it, like I say, that basically Altera, Spacebit and CMG work as standalone, and then anything you do in there would not change what you do in CMG. The only way it'll ever change anything in CMG is if you use these missions. So if you went on a mission to Altera, whatever you collect there, you bring back to CMG. Same thing is if you go on a mission to Spacebit, whatever you collect there it will bring back to CMG. But if you just play in Altera, that has no effect on CMG. So you could earn, unless the only way it really affect it is if you withdrew your CGT from Altera and then deposited it back into CMG. That's the only sort of way it'd be. But I think it'd be quite cool, the fact that you could send your player off to the different worlds and complete different missions, because like I say, there's missions that we no longer have, like the collect item and deliver it. I mean, you could even make it a mission like when you first start, as when in Altera, when you first start, you have to go and get yourself registered as what is it? I can't remember what it is. A mercenary, that's it. So that could be one that because obviously we had mercenary missions in version 2. So one of the first missions you need to do would be to go off and become a mercenary, register as a mercenary at the official hall in Altera, and then that would just give you a few resources, maybe a bit of energy or something like that, and they could even maybe give you a badge, and that shows that you have become an official mercenary in Altera, and then you can start doing the actual missions or something like that. Now the other cool thing is, because Altera because Altera has, 7 continents, yeah? And here in version 3, we have numerous different worlds. So we have the Candy Cane world, we have the Crypto Tech world, we have Steamland, we have the Elden, Elder whatever it is, I can't remember, Elder something, Stones, the Elder Stones world, and then there's another world, isn't there? That's the Elder. So that's the Elder Stone. That is the Candy. So that's 2. And then you've got, what's that one? That's Steamland. So that's 3. That is Space Odyssey. So that's 4. And then you've got Crypto Tech, which is 5. So let's say you're on a Crypto Tech world and you find an entry point. The only missions you will ever get sent on would be missions that would be in the corporate world on Altera, because let's say that's a similar area. Like this is a sort of corporate metropolis, the Crypto Tech, and that means that any missions through in these worlds you would always end up in the corporate world in Altera. But let's say you are in the Elder Stones world, which is more of like mountainous range. You would end up on one of the other continents that sort of represents the Elder Stone. And then obviously all the missions you do would be sort of in conjunction with that kind of environment. And then with the Candy Cane world, you'd get sent to a different continent, because again it's a different environment and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be like if you were in the Candy Cane world, you'd get a mission to go to the corporate world in Altera. Everything would correspond. You know what I mean? And everything would sort of work like that. So it wouldn't be like the same missions over and over again just by clicking on the mission. It would be tailor fitted to the environment that you're being sent to. So I think that would work really well. And obviously, like I say, Spacebit is set in space. So, like if you're on a Space Odyssey biome, then all the missions you'd get through there would send you through to Spacebit. So, and I think that would work really well. And I think it would, like I say, it could bring back aspects from version 2. And it would I think it could make the whole game really interesting. But I also realise it's probably a hell of a lot of work, and Cyril, he's probably got his hands in it, his head in his hands, going, "Oh, RJ, what are you doing to me, man?" But I just think it would be really cool. But like I say, there's loads of other things that you could work into the whole thing. And yeah, so like I say, so we've covered obviously the coins issue. We've covered the sending, how it would work, being sent back and forth. You've talked about the missions. Like I say, but the main thing is that if you don't want to get, say if you're in CMG now, but you prefer the kind of role play game that Altera is, you can go and play in Altera completely as if it's a totally separate game, and that makes no difference. So you can just go and play in Altera. You can just go and play in Spacebit, and it has no. It's only if you're in CMG. Then that's where the universe is basically. That's where it sprouts from. Like I said in the picture this picture that I put up. So basically everything comes out of CMG. So if you're in any of the other games, it has no bearing. It makes no difference. Like, you would not get a mission in Altera that would send you to CryptoMiningGame. You would not get a mission in Spacebit that would send you to CryptoMiningGame. Basically, everything comes out of CryptoMiningGame. So you, like I say, because in Altera you don't have gateways, you don't have stargates. In Spacebit you don't have stargates. So that's what I say. So it all comes out. Basically, it's all going out from CryptoMiningGame. Yeah. I mean, obviously, this is literally just stuff that me and Jessie were throwing around last night. And like I say, she snoring her head off, fast asleep. And I just wanted to bring that idea to you guys and just see what you thought. I mean, have I missed out on anything? Have I missed anything? Or maybe some, have you got any ideas that could improve my idea? Could that, I just would love to hear the feedback. Obviously it may never happen. Because like I say, I'm sure Cyril's probably thinking, oh, RJ, what are you doing? But I just think it would work. I think it could work. I think, if you did it that way, you'd only really, the only thing it's because it's not like they would have to recreate the game. Like, they wouldn't have to create another Altera, which is where you would go to. It would just be literally like snapshots. So basically all it is the missions. So you would just send members to that snapshot of Altera to complete that mission, which, like I say, let's say it's an escort mission. You've got to escort someone. Say you've got to go and, I don't know, get something off one of the drug dealers. You've got to go and flipping arrest someone as a mercenary. You've got to go. You're literally just snapshots. It's just snapshots, but it's within the Altera environment. And then the same thing with Spacebit. Another mission could be you've got to send X amount of drones to X amount of planets, and then you've got to get the information, and then once you've completed that, you've got you'll get rewarded a few coins or whatever, and then you get beamed back to your spawner location from where you left. And and I just think, like I say, I just think that would work really well. I'm not sure if there was anything else that I came up with. I think I've pretty much covered everything that was talked about last night. And but like I say, I just think that, like I say, I do think that would be pretty cool. And I'd love to hear your feedback on that. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope you found that helpful. Well, I hope you found it interesting, should I say. And the possibilities. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. And if you could smash that like button, please. It really does support my channel, which then helps me make more content to help you. So take care. Have a great rest of your week. And I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.